quality indicators of distance learning and teaching profession. Uh, Basically, for the professional development of the teachers or any individual from any profession, there are different programs of the continuous professional development. Uh, some of them are face to face and are the conventional system of the training, and some of them are distance learning or online programs. So, while discussing or while our presentations, and that when you go through this course, you will see that there are many examples and the situations where, when we talk about the continuous professional development, you have realized and you will be finding in the subsequent modules that the teacher does not or not only improves his or her professional level through the conventional system of education, but online or the distance education mode is very essential. And with the advancement of modern technologies, this mode of interactions or the education is really getting respect day by day, and has become an indispensable part of the education and training, particularly during the days of pandemic or the COVID-19. Throughout the world, this mode of the trainings and interactions and seminars and webinars and the conferences, etc., people are mostly relying upon, not only for the educational purposes, for different walks of the life and different purposes of the life or the affairs of the life. This mode of the education is being used abundantly. Therefore, we will see that how the this mode of education or the form of the education or the training or the interactions is based on the quality indicators. Has Basically, we know that the interactions between the student and the teachers or the learner or the guide or the mentor is very important, and it depends upon the class hours and between the class size and the student's grade point average. These are the indicators on which we can assess the performance and assess the quality of any phenomena, particularly the teaching learning process. In the field of distance education, there are many questions that talk about the quality. In developing countries, this mode of education has been criticized, that they think that, as its old definitions is still prevailing in the developing nations, that this mode of education is for the supplement or the complement of the conventional system of education. Basically, it is not. Now, in the 20th and the 21st century, this has got the parallel position of the conventional system. Uh, and the question is how we can say this is really the quality based system and the same quality is ensured, or the quality intervention or quality input is possible or have been provided as it is possible or have been practiced in the conventional system. So these are the basic questions for different stakeholders like students, faculty members, administrators, etc. The literature says that the quality indicators of distance education programs is based on basically student teacher interaction, how the teacher is interacting with the student. This is very important. The teachers, rather senior teachers, rather old teachers who has long experience in this conventional system of education, they say that how possible that the teacher interaction as happens in conventional system can be provided through online system. So this is important aspect. Active learning techniques, really is it possible and through distance mode of education? Very important aspect in when we talk about the lesson plans. The lesson one of the step of lesson planning is feedback. So if you are getting feedback timely for the sake of ensuring yourself that the things are happening what you are intending, and that has many purposes. One is to you may need to revise your input process, or opt another phase or the pattern of your intervention. There are many, and respect diverse ways of the learning. If you are in the classroom and the traditional system of education, your students are in front of you, then on your observations, your reflections, your metacognitions, you can understand this group of the students or this individual is really understanding, or he or she is not understanding, and in what way one should shift from one approach to another. So this is possible in the conventional system. What about the online mode and the distance mode of education? And uh, um, feedback is as we indicated, and the evaluation and assessment is also a very important aspect in journal, and particularly in online system and distance mode. It is criticized that how come you can get a very transparent results, or you can manage or give examinations to the students that is equally transparent in the traditional system. Clear analysis of the audience. The students in that online system, one is sitting at one corner of the world or the country or the region, another is somewhere else, and how can you clear analyze your audience? So these are the indicators. Student teacher interaction, this is important. Otherwise, when we talk about the interactions in the teaching learning process that happens are student interaction. One student is available here, he or she is interacting with the other one. Teacher interactions, if they are in the staff room in the same department or same college and same system, they can interact with each other. Teacher content interactions, student content interaction, and the student teacher interactions. Anderson has indicated these interactions in 2003. These all types of the interactions are mostly cited as student teacher interaction. These are basically in one or other way become as a resultant is student teacher interactions. Many of the pedagogical benefits of the student teacher interactions are there, that are motivation and feedback and the follow up of the students and etc., and those can be defined as uh, what kind of the activities be provided in the classrooms to change the system, or to make the things more efficient. Therefore, the course coordinators in the distance mode of education should develop, and the course developers should design distance learning courses so that it could provide to design distance learning course. The course developers and the course coordinators should design a course in a way that it should provide a healthy type of the interactions between learner and the teacher. This I have always been concerned of that the failure or the comparison of two system is possible when there is a proximity or any juxtaposition between the two systems. When we talk about comparison of the distance or online mode of education for the professional development of the teachers, it is totally different from the conventional system. And a very important point, that is course design, instructional design. It is very different from the conventional system. For example, I am teacher of BS or B.Ed semester 1, and my subject is philosophy of education, and I have to go to the class and teach to my students. Let me give another example. I am teacher of class 8 in the school or the class 5 in the school. I am going to teach my students in my class the subject of English. I will be provided, I have to follow the subject course or the textbook that is prescribed by the institution or by the province or by the government, because the curriculum and the syllabus is designed centrally in Pakistani system. So I have to follow that one. And the same level, if I go back to the example of the B.Ed class semester 1 and the subject of education philosophy, and I am teaching one course, that course in my regular classes and face-to-face classes, and at the evening if I am teaching it is online course to the different students in other organizations, then I can't teach that course with that same textbook, because the instructional design is very different. I am stressing this point as to clear that the interaction between the teacher and the learner in the classroom is different from the distance mode of education. That is totally dependent how the instructional design you are providing to the students. Through the instructional design, your course will be keeping the students engaged. Active learning techniques. The teacher, as to the distance learner, would be more active, would be more motivated and performing well if active learning techniques are provided through different interactions. And learning, these mostly require a creative adaptation to fit the delivery medium used in the distance learning. What kind of the medium you are using: radio, television, web, any app, etc. The distance education should include both didactic, active individual, and collaborative and learning activity based as well. Didactic means you should provide readings to the students, like PowerPoint, narrative and recorded lectures, postcards, and the video clips. These should be provided. And for the group and case study projects, group case studies be provided. You should, if you are teaching students through a learning management system, or you are providing training to the students, to the learners, the teachers, for their promotion, etc., or you are as a trainer to the teachers who are recently appointed, and they are going the induction programs, then you have to, on the learning management system, you have to provide group case studies or the project, so that they should work in the groups and provide you the results and discussions and the role playing and the cooperative games. For the active individuals, the third input is simulations. You give them a situation, games and puzzles, research and creative projects, case studies, and other problem solving activities. And these are different activities through which different types of the interactions will be taking place. Prompt feedback is very important. If you are managing the prompt immediate feedback, then the distance learning training courses, or the professional courses, or the continuous professional development courses would be very efficient. And because these are important for the communication, for the improvement of the communication, for effective communication, you will be getting timely feedback, so that you can contribute and you can interact efficiently with the trainees, etc. Respect diverse ways of the learning. Different students, different learners of your training programs have different learning types and the styles. You have to respect and take care of those different styles, so that they could go according to their pace or the speed. Student support service. This is considered as a very important aspect. For the student support system or the services, you have to provide cognitive, effective, and you have to take care of their cognitive, what kind of support need for their cognitive skills, for their effective skills, for effective domains of the learning, and the administrative needs of the students. And these are controlled and maintained by the organizations. These are not done by the individual teachers or the tutors or the distance learner tutors. Program evaluation and assessment, as I indicated earlier, that this is fundamental. This is called as very crucial aspect of the distance learning teacher training programs are the professional programs that the feedback is very weak and feedback has been criticized. So, but with the new technologies, this is possible. With the prompt reaction, that the reflection is possible. And these are so this is the result of this assessment. You have to conduct assessment and evaluations. For the feedback, you have to design your curriculum very efficient way. Delivery system should be unique one or very practicable. Pedagogy, assessment procedures, future policy of your course of action, and the what kind of the budget is required and you are going to provide to the, and the clear analysis of the audience. This is important. You have to clearly analyzing that what kind of the characteristics the students you have in Lahore and the students of the distance learning in Karachi and student in the Gilgit and in Muzaffarabad, etc. And geographical location where your students are, and what kind of the technologies are, and what are the goals of the learners. And it is again to be synchronized with the goals and the mission of the organizations, and what kind of the input in terms of the costing is there, and costing the delivery, costing of your input, and costing, and what kind of the political environment. It doesn't mean any political party, means in which in the institutions you are working, what kind of the do's and don'ts are there that you have to be followed. And we can say on this on the basis of the discussions, for the effective training programs for the professional development of the teachers, if it is through distance education, then the course design should be efficient, and the implementation process be taken care of, and the evaluation of the learning objectives is very essential. If they are really scientifically and logically designed, then that course or the training programs for the professional development of the teachers is equally considered, and it is the same level as far as the quality parameters are concerned.